Hi, I'm David Norris, and I'm serving up the perfect podcast, Pompey Platter with Russ, Daz and Haz. Play up, Pompey!
Murphy scores! A magnificent goal! That's just wonderful from Josh Murphy! Shaughnessy, great saving! Shaughnessy at the near post! Chance for Colby Bishop over the goalkeeper, off the post and into the back of the net! Colby Bishop! Lang's got his fourth! A fourth for Callum Lang!
Hello everyone and welcome to the Pompey Platter podcast, season 2, episode 31, same shit, different game. And speaking of same shit, I'm joined by Haz and Daz.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm not going to take that, to be honest.
I mean, it was a great segue, and I'm quite proud of you for that, but it's also like a bit of a dagger to the heart moment.
I'm only joking, boys. I just couldn't resist it. How are we all? All right?
Apart from football and just getting over an illness, yes, sweet. It's been lovely.
That's just being a scummer, Daz. That doesn't go.
That's very true.
Well, feel sorry for Haz. He's got to deal with being a Pompey and a Spurs fan. How he hasn't committed suicide, I don't know.
The most depressing thing is we probably won't be playing each other next season.
Well, no, we won't be. There'll be Spurs in the Championship, Pompey in League One.
That's what I said. We won't be playing each other.
I thought you said you will.
No.
I'll tell you, honestly, it could be the worst season ever, and this is a very realistic possibility. Arsenal are going to win the Premier League.
Oh, no, and get promoted.
Potentially a Champions League as well. Scum on the verge of could go up via the playoffs, and they're kind of motherfuckers that would actually do it. They just manage to get their way through.
I just don't know how they're up there. I just don't get it.
No, I don't either. But they would manage to do it. They're the kind of lucky club that would manage it. Pompey get relegated, Spurs get relegated, and I just don't know what I'd do. There would be nothing I could do or say.
I would just get a one-way flight to Dignitas. Just to forget about it all.
Yeah. I'd go and hide somewhere in the outback or something. Yeah. No one can contact me. Oh man, I can't deal with that. That would honestly be the worst season in history.
Right. Well, let's hope it don't happen.
It fully is.
So let's go through the lineup. So we're gonna talk about the game on Monday night against Derby. We're gonna look ahead to our trip to London at QPR, and then we got a few of the Dazzla's darts, disastrous, just disorganised donkey dart.
It just sounds like you're talking about the Derby game, to be honest.
Oh yeah, to be honest. And then Harry's Who Am I? And then any other business. So let's start with Monday night then, shall we? I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know about you boys, but I sat there once we went 1-0 down knowing we wasn't going to score. I never got excited. Any attack, any corner, nothing. Even my dad's more positive than Daz. And even he kept saying, "Why are we standing up for a corner?" I don't know how you boys are feeling at the moment, but it just feels like the writing's on the wall.
Yeah, it does. And it's hard to think of... It's hard to think of what positive there is. It's all very nice having lots of possession. You look at the stats. We had... Sorry, I'm on the QPR page. My bad. Quickly onto Derby. There you go. We had 68% possession, but when most of that is the defenders passing it to themselves and passing it between themselves, and literally it seems like all we do is we give it to, say, Swanson at left back. he runs up the pitch a little bit just over the halfway line rather than pass it to Caballero as it was this week on Monday night. Rather than pass it to Caballero or look for maybe Adams or whoever it is in midfield, we just turn around, we give it back to the defender, we then give it back to, so it was like Shaughnessy in second half. Obviously it was Ogilvie, gives it to Paul, gives it to Devlin. Devlin runs forward a little bit rather than play a pass forward. He turns around and comes back then he gives it to Paul, then he gives it to Nico. Nico pumps it up and Brown can't win a header because he's up against Matt Clark and Dion Sanderson. And pumping a ball up is not the style of football you should be playing when Jacob Brown is your striker. So it felt a real kind of rinse and repeat of some of the other games like Hull and Sheffield United as well. Because it's another team that's been able to come here, basically know that they're not going to concede because we're shit at scoring. We're really low scorers, even 27 shots and 9 on target. We're not creating anywhere near enough for those amount of shots. There's no real clear-cut chances that you can look at and go, oh, the keeper's had a worldie. And that's not just this game, that's all of these games. If the keeper's had a worldie, you can kind of go, do you know what? The keeper's just on one. He's had a really good game and we're unlucky. But we're not creating. The wingers aren't getting the ball in the box. The wingers aren't taking their men on. We're not playing to the strength of the front line. On Monday, we've got such pace in Ali, Caballero and Brown. You should be using the likes of Pack, and Paul is a ball playing centre half. You should be using them to play the ball in behind over the defence. We know that Joe Ward is naturally more of a right mid / right winger, what he was at Peterborough, and he's kind of moved back. So we know he's someone that's attack minded and can push on. So when Caballero is there, kind of on his own against Sanderson, why are we not playing the ball in behind to him so he can take Sanderson one-on-one and he would beat him for pace? And if he can get a yellow or a free kick or something, it was just repetitive shite.
In the first half, there was 2 moments where Caballero was free, and they went to put him through, but both passes were absolutely shocking.
But then you look at
and then he loses all momentum. He has to slow down, and then they get back. But just a simple pass in front of him, and he'd been off both times.
I know, and that's the problem. It's kind of little moments like that where we are letting ourselves down because. You go for the Derby goal, obviously Brown, I think Brown won the initial header and it went to the edge of the box.
Horrendous header, by the way. Absolutely horrendous.
I would say it's an attacker's header from a corner, clearing it. However, how Sammy Szmodics, why there's no one marking him on the edge of the box is, again, it seems to be so many times I've said this and I think we all have, is every time we concede, there isn't just one fuck up. There's an accumulation of fuck-ups. So the first one is Brown's header isn't good enough. It kind of skims off the top of his head rather than like heads it out for a throw off his forehead. The second is nobody is marking Sammy Szmodics.
I know why.
The third one is no one bothers to close him down. The fact he's allowed to take a touch in the penalty area is an absolute joke. And then no one closes him down. He's allowed to place it in that bottom corner. There's nothing Nico can do for that goal.
Too many bodies in the way. You couldn't see a thing.
Exactly. And it's a good finish from Sammy Szmodics. Don't get me wrong, but you can't be allowing that much room for someone of his ability to be having that amount of time to put that in the net. It was just... It's a tough watch because we're lacking so many goals and we've lost so many games this year by a 1-0 scoreline, or maybe not 1-0 scoreline, but by the odd goal.
Yeah.
So even in the last few weeks, if you go back to after we beat West Brom, so Preston 1-0, Sheffield United 1-0, obviously Millwall and Charlton, Wrexham 2-1, Hull 1-0, Blackburn conceded in the last minute, Swansea 2-1, Derby 1-0. So we're in games, and if we could do what Blackburn did to us and just nab that last minute against one or two of those teams, whether it was Sheffield United or Hull or Wrexham or, any of them, and we had a couple of extra points on the board, we'd probably be looking at differently. And even if we beat Blackburn and we didn't concede that last minute goal, we'd probably be having different conversations to we are now.
Unfortunately, the quality into the box is just not good. It's not good enough.
No,
And I've been saying it for ages. People be moaning at Bishop. There is no quality gun in that box. You could put Haaland, Kane, and Mbappe up front for us at the moment, and they still wouldn't score.
Because the trouble is that, again, I feel like I'm repeating myself because it's the same problem every week. The number 10 is nowhere near the striker. It doesn't matter who the striker is. The number 10 is nowhere near. They're almost playing as an 8. So when you've Brown did fairly well, I thought he was kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. He couldn't have done much more than he did up against the physical nature of Matt Clark and Dion Sanderson. I just don't expect what you expecting the guy to do. He's someone who should be playing the ball in behind. You need to get the number 10 on the ball, playing that ball between the centre halves or between the centre half and the fullback, and getting one of the wingers or the striker to run in behind. And it's just, as I said, the chances we're creating are so minimal. And even before, we've had the likes of Devlin has taken a couple of pot shots and they've gone in, and Swanson and Williams, and we're not even doing that now. There's no creativity there, and we've tried. How many number 10s have we had? You had Chaplin, Segacic, Swift,
Bishop's played there once. Brown's played there
Brown,
once.
Kirk's played there. We must have played 7 or 8 people in the number 10 role, and none of them can hack it for more than about 2 games in a row.
No, it's just frustrating. This is the weirdest, probably Pompey team I've known. So I've become quite detached from the team now. I told them all I have to go to fuck off. Literally shouting, screaming at them. Didn't want them to clap. Just wanted them to go down the tunnel and get out of my sight. When I felt detached from teams before, it's normally the manager. So Jacket, I felt like every week I was Rocky 4 going up at the ice mountain screaming Jacket. Do you know what I mean? Like, every game because it was his fault. I'm looking at this and thinking, well, what can Messino do? What can he do? He's not backed. He's got so many injuries. People moaning about his subs, and it's like, okay, but who's he bringing? Who's he going to bring on? We had no wingers on the bench. Am I right? Am I right?
Not that I can remember.
And I'm talking proper wingers. I'm not talking about Segacic.
No, I don't think we did have any wingers.
There was, other than I think we had 3 strikers on at one point. Or did we have all 3 on at one point, or did Kirk come on for Brown? I can't even remember. It's pissed me off that much. It's just.
It feels very Sunday League.
It's just. I think Has is completely 100% right. The 10 should be the key to this team, and no one's doing it. People going, get Swift on. He come on and he was shitter than anyone else. I think he was only on the pitch 15 minutes. He gave the ball away more times than anyone else. And if I have to watch Pack do a throw in again.
Yeah, it's silly.
I can't believe we're still persisting with the fucking long throws.
What I don't understand is that even my son turned to me and said, why don't they put Adams on like the front post or something? It's like, I know. He can't throw further than about the 6-yard line. Why have we got no one there to flick it on? There's no
They all
one
stand
there.
at the back. They all stand at the back post expecting him to launch. But the thing is with that is I think we've scored 2 goals from it in 4 years. Because it started under Danny Cowley.
I know, it would be 4 seasons, yeah, you're right.
So 2 goals in 4 years of Marlon Pack, and it's no disservice to Marlon Pack. It's
a setup.
But even then, if Marlon
and Ebro Adams a shot next if he's playing on like the nearest player. Do you know what I mean the first player?
Are you telling me there isn't anyone else that can throw it further than him as well?
You know what made me laugh? Swift stood still and threw it further right at the end of the game.
You don't need a long throw. You don't need to do that. Like it's not part of like sort of we've got a throw in there, so we need to make sure we've got someone who can throw it really far. Like the amount of it's only really like a newish thing. Obviously, I know it was started off with Rory Delap and that kind of stuff. It's only really a newish thing where like everyone wants a long throw when you get into that part of the pitch. And unless you've got like someone who can throw it like with pace, like a Rory Delap one, like the loopy ones and stuff like that is so easy for like
It needs to
for
be like a
defenders.
javelin, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's loopy ones are so easy for defenders because you can just like push someone out and that sort of stuff. It's
It needs to be flat.
yeah, but you just don't do it. Like, or look to come short or stuff like that. Like, a bit, have some imagination. Like, don't just throw it in there. It doesn't seem like we've like got a plan from a long throw. I don't mind if there's like planned movement and you can see it, but it kind of seems like it's waiting. It's like, well, what we're going to do, what we're going to do. And the problem is we're up against big centre backs as well. Like Matt Clark was a man possessed the other
Oh, he was
night, and
unbelievable.
he was and he got man of the match and fair play to him.
Yeah,
He deserved it.
deservedly as well. Best player on the
He was
pitch.
brilliant. I just want to say about the like. I know exactly why Sammy Schmodix had so much time from that corner. It's because we're persisting with zonal
Yeah,
marking,
zonal marking's
which
killing us.
I hate, and the zonal marking as well for that game was it was so tight, and I don't understand it because obviously with zonal marking, everyone's meant to be part of obviously the inside the box, and then if the ball comes into your area, it's your responsibility to go and header it and things like that. But our two lines were so close together in the 6 yard box. It's like you're not leaving enough space for players to be able to decide there and then if they can go and win it, because if the lines are too tight, there's a very good chance two of you go for the ball, which is probably worse, and you don't get the ball away clear enough. Now Brown's header was absolutely horrendous, but if you're not doing zonal marking, you've got more players in and around that part, so you've got more chance of getting rid of it. And then obviously, and you see Sammy Smodics, he's such a clever player. As soon as that ball goes in, he takes the steps back because the two lines are so deep. So even if like Schmodic took a bad touch, which he didn't, he took a very good touch, he's still got a really good opportunity of getting a shot off. And like it's really poor. It's in the first 8 minutes, and then we just all of a sudden we've got like a even bigger hill to climb, and it's just so frustrating. As soon as that ball went in the box, it came out Sammy Smodics. I knew it was in. Like he's a great player, great tidy little player. He can finish like that, and then we on the back foot, and then we've got to then come out and create when we haven't really been creating it all. And we're saying obviously about Brown coming in, and like it's only a game, so I'm not going to sit here and go, "Oh, I told you, Brown coming in didn't make a difference," because the main difference is because we're not getting the service in, as Russ and has you've already said.
No, it's not
Like,
Brown. I said you could put Mbappe there.
yeah, and that's the thing is, in the first half, Ali did put a ball in from a area which Murphy would get the ball in. It's like on the edge of the 18-yard box on the corner, a little bit further out. He whips the ball in, and I think Brown tries going for it, and then I think someone else went for the back post but just couldn't get it. And I was like, those are the types of balls we need to be getting into the box earlier and quicker, because as a striker, like obviously I'm not a striker, but I've played with enough very good strikers to know that if you didn't get the ball in the box quick enough, they would have a go at you. And I've seen so many instances in change rooms where strikers have been kicking off with fullbacks and wingers telling them like, why are you not getting the ball in the box when you've got the opportunity? And that's the issue for likes of Bishop and Brown, is that okay, they might make a run, but if they don't get the ball, or the cross isn't good enough, then are they going to make that same run? No, they're going to think, oh, maybe I need to change my run, maybe do this, because it just seems that we like against Swansea, it feels like we're sort of winging it, like as sort of a better word for our wingers, winging it when we get in those positions and
Yeah,
just
it's
hoping for the
guess.
best.
It's guess. Every
Yeah,
cross is a guess.
yeah,
It
with
winds the
Swansea and
shit out of
Derby,
me.
yeah, and with Swansea and Derby, it was different. Whenever they had the ball, they moved it into areas and they knew where they were going. And look how quickly they broke on us, like, especially when they went one up, because they were just happy just to sit in and then break with the pace they had up the top. And it's just really frustrating. And touching on the Sunday League shout, which I said earlier, it kind of feels like, right, well, we haven't really got anyone on the bench to put on. It's like when I was playing Sunday League, Daz, we haven't got a left mid. Do you fancy doing a job out there? It's like, well, I play left back and left mid, so that's fine. Yeah, I'll do that. It's like, no, it shouldn't be that way. But like, in professional football at this point of the season when we've had 2 transfer windows. I know we've been really unlucky with injuries. I know we have, but to a certain extent, it's not surprising. We had this issue last season with injuries, maybe not in the winging positions, but in like centre back and centre mid and things like that. But it's got to be better. And literally, I mean, I said to you boys, I wasn't feeling very well, so I didn't actually go to the game. I actually watched the game at my mum's, and I'm so glad I didn't, because obviously I had a cold. I probably would have come back with meningitis. Like, it would have made my sickness that bad. And it's just annoying. And I feel for Messino because, as we said, he's got nothing off the bench. What can he do? And if something doesn't change around pretty quickly, because we're not stuck with these players, like, but you know what I mean? We can't get any more players in unless we go on the free market. We've got to find a solution, and we've got to find it very quick because time is running out.
There's one thing I did like question was, in my opinion, our best player on that pitch was Swanson, and yet he got dragged off, and he was fuming. Like, he threw his coat. He must be like, I love Devlin, but he's not at it at the moment. He must be thinking, why is he not coming off? Why are we taking off Swanson? Or why are we not? Because I still think Swanson could do a job in centre mid, especially for like half an hour or something. Why can we took Pack off and put Swanson there?
Because then we missed the long throws.
I question that, but why are we taking Swanson off? He was the only one for me that I would have clapped on at the end doing. Everyone else was just. I think Ebru Adams forgot what team he was playing for half time. How many times he gave the ball away?
Yeah, he had a tough night.
Oh yeah, but I still, and I said it a few weeks ago, I think this yellow card thing's been in his head, and I think now he hasn't got the yellow card situation anymore. I'd like to see if that has been affecting him.
Straight red incoming.
Yeah. But I've got 2 actual little positives that I did see. And I don't know if you boys.
The full-time whistle.
No.
I didn't have to drive home.
the two positives I see was Shotnessi's return, not just defensively, but we all of a sudden looked a little bit dangerous from corners with him on the pitch. 2 or 3 times it went in his direction, and if he just got a better connection, we all know what he can do.
Yeah.
So that's a positive. And the other positive is there was a moment where Ogilvie went down when he went back to left back, and he found Bishop perfectly. It was just unfortunate. The defender just got a stud because Bishop would have been in. And I thought that's the first time I've seen anyone since Murphy's been out put a ball in. He knew where Bishop was.
And this is why I said last week, I kind of feel like a point proven we needed Ogilvie to go back to left back, which is why I understand why Messino did take off Swanson.
I didn't mind that. He was just put Swanson right back on centre mid.
Yeah. I mean, I personally would have taken off Devlin just because I think he's just been running to the ground and he did need a rest.
I agree.
But again, Pack, how he stayed on, I'm not entirely sure. Because
spent 90% of the game facing the wrong way.
It just felt like he was slowing the game down a bit too much. And I think it's how it seems to go with Pack. I know he's 34, nearly 35 years old, but it seems to go the same way with Pack after 4 or 5 games. I don't think his legs are able to play that many games in a row and be at the same intensity as the first couple of games.
And I think we called that as well. I think we were Pat. So
if you look at like Charlton and Millwall, he was really good and he was one of the best players. He was really there. He was ticking it over. And I feel like this was like a game too far and he was slowing it down too much. And any time we were trying to take the attack, we were just taking too long. And it felt like we probably could have taken him off, left Ibu there and just got Ibu to sit. Or even if you take Ibu off and bring on Leroux as well, you just get Leroux. He doesn't fancy Leroux, but, you get Ibu to sit or you bring on Leroux to sit and you literally bring on all the attackers and go, look, you basically make a 3 when we attack, and you just kind of push up everybody else. You get Segacic, you get Chaplin, you get Brown, you get like whoever, because you may as well go for it. You're losing anyway. And I just think Messino's probably feeling the pressure a bit. The players are feeling the pressure, but our home form has been such a big difference to last year. Obviously, we had such a good home record last year. Only lost a few games.
Most of them were at the beginning of the season. So it was like we went for a long period, didn't we? Other than Plymouth, where we just didn't lose at home.
No, I know exactly. So it's a bit bizarre that it's been such a change, and we are behind them. I think as fans, we could probably do better and back them for longer. But at the same time, the last few games, Swansea and Derby, within the first 10 minutes, we've literally been handed our arse to us, like especially Swansea. They literally came here and whooped us for the first 15, 20 minutes. And then they went back and went, well, we don't need to do any more. So as much as we probably need to, maybe we should back them more, I don't know.
It's difficult.
But the players have got to show a bit more and not just fold after 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I think that's the issue is, I think first half, if I remember correctly, the atmosphere was pretty decent. But everyone got sick, including myself, and I'm going to have Gibbs here, players I like as well now. Schmid taking a million years to kick a ball was pissing me off. When you're 1-0 down, you got to speed up. Even Paul, Ogilvie, there was a moment where Caballero and Swanson were both free on the left wing, and Paul turned round and kicked it back to Schmid. Why? Why are you kicking it back to Schmid when they were both there with no one marking them? Do you know what I mean? Why it's a team with no confidence. Yeah, all right, maybe we should get behind them. You know, Pompey fans would back them no matter what. But I'm just sick of watching the same thing every week. Every week, home or away at the moment. It's just, I just feel like I'm just living. We could have called this Groundhog Day, doing. I think one thing I'll give them is they don't seem to be giving up. I don't think you could question the fight, doing.
Yeah.
You don't have that much possession, whether it's between the defence or not. I just think that it's more of a lack of quality than a lack of character, doing.
And it also then comes down, as you know, Daz said, you look at the bench, and who have you got? Who have you got to bring on? There's no depth. Harvey Blair is injured again, supposedly now available for QPR. There's no other attacking. I mean, you've got Kirk, but what is? Again, he's too young, and don't take this the wrong way. He might have a future, but right now he brings nothing to us.
No.
And that's not his fault. He's being chucked into the Championship when he's clearly not ready for that. Again, he's another one that we go into and we go back to the same conversation of Blair, Ume, Kirk, Waddingham. You can buy them in. They need loans. They're not Championship footballers. They're not ready. They can't stay fit. They need to play at a lower level for a minimum of half a season.
Or finally get a development team in.
We're not doing that.
It's just,
we know that we're not. I can't be asked anymore.
But we know we're not going to loan them out either.
Well, you're more likely to get a loan than that, but it just seems pointless now. It's hard. I want to try and remain positive, and I said to you, Daz, earlier, I was like, I'm going to be positive, and I will be when we talk about the next game. But
positives are, there were a couple positives. Getting Shotnessy back is massive, defensively and attacking.
But it's keeping him fit that's the issue.
But let's keep, if we're going to stay positive, Shotnessy's coming back, whether we start him Saturday, maybe not, maybe bring him on again, and then give him the international break, and then from Norwich onwards, he goes, yeah?
Yeah.
Getting Ogilvie back the left back, because he is one that can set Bishop up, we've seen it, I mean, it's something that Bishop is massively missing. I was talking about it with my dad on the way back. Like, I know you can't rely on just one player, but we all knew missing Murphy being injured was a big loss. And it's showing. You're missing a player who contributed, 21 goals? Either scored or assist.
And then since Messino said that Ali that he wants to sign him permanently, he's just fucking dropped off a cliff.
Yeah.
I know that's probably coincidence that happened. But
I think he's been found out. Personally, I think teams are just doubling up on him. They know, and he's crossing his even when you look at his Sheffield Wednesday cross to Segasic, he didn't even look. I looked back at it the other day. He just head down, crossed it, and it happened to fall to Segasic. At the time, it looked like a worldy cross. He never looked.
The thing is with that though, like I've always believed that, especially with professional football and how they set up all week and things like that, when you're in a certain position, wingers don't really need to have a look up. Like, they should have a good idea where they need to put the ball. And then if players aren't there, they're like a Bishop or whoever, then that's on them. Like, because ideally in training,
I think it depends on the cross, doesn't it?
But the thing is, in training, that like they'll be working on patterns of play and stuff like that, so they'll know when the ball goes out to the wing, like, and they get it in a particular area. If they're going to put the ball in, the ball is 8 times out of 10 going to be in that kind of area. So with that, I don't mind it as such, because, and I would probably, like, I know obviously you're saying it didn't look, so you're not sure whether it was a good cross or whether he just fluked it. But I think in professional football, especially with how much time they have to prep and stuff like that, you should all kind of know where each other are. So putting that ball in, but that's the problem. What Ali isn't doing, like,
he don't have a variety of crosses. When do you ever see him go high? They always go along the floor. And
the problem is with Ali is that where he used to sort of hold on to the ball a few step overs and then get to the byline and then get it in, he's kind of not even doing that.
No.
Where he was really good at. And then, but as I said, in the first half, he put the ball into a really good area. It was like a Murphy cross. So he has got it in the tank.
He has. He has.
But the problem is,
the end product isn't, it's nowhere near Murphy's level. Put it that way.
No, nowhere near. I just think we're lacking, like, when you say confidence, I don't mean confidence that's not working on and stuff like that, but when we're not making that, like, dangerous pass, the pass that, okay, if this pass doesn't come off, like, we're buggered. Like, no one's really taking any proper risks, if you know what I mean.
But that annoyed me in the second half. There was a moment, and this keeps happening recently. I've never seen it before, where we'd have three players in the corner passing to each other. Not one of them wants to cross it.
Yeah. And also another thing that's kind of getting on my nerves, and it did happen at Blackburn quite a bit, is us not when we're with the wingers we've got, we want to, like, big space in behind their defensive line so we can put the ball over the top and have our wingers run onto it, especially Caballero. But pretty much every time we're not getting the ball over the fullback.
We're playing it to feet, which doesn't help.
We can't even get. I get what Daz is saying. It literally falls to the defender's head.
Yeah,
every time.
Go longer, and then maybe even if it goes out for a throw in. I mean, a goal kick it'll probably go out for as well. But if it can go in a throw in that corner, then we can press up and then, like, sort of get in around the ball and put some pressure on and not let them out easy. And then at least we're higher up the pitch and we got them facing their own goal. Obviously not the throw-in taker, but obviously the other players. Yeah. And that's just really frustrating. I'm just hoping these players can get their confidence back, because they've shown it in games, so it's there. It's just harnessing it and getting some consistency out of it.
I think when people say how have we gone from Charlton and Millwall, is them we were just hitting them on the counter attack.
Yeah,
and that suited us. Problem was on Monday night, the few opportunities we had to hit Derby on a counter attack, we completely fluffed the passes.
And kind of playing at home, teams are, especially with managers like John Eustace and teams like that, they're happy to come here. And Chris Wilder's an experienced manager; he knows what they're doing. He's changed the way that they're playing, and they're happy to come and sit. They're happy to frustrate us and stop us from attempting to do whatever we're trying to do now. And literally, they know that we've got mistakes in us, like Hull as well, where we literally gifted them a goal. And then they're happy to sit back and take the pressure because, one, the pressure we're actually applying isn't enough. It's too much passy around the back. But we're letting teams be too comfortable when we've got the ball. We're not taking risks. We're not trying to thread passes through between maybe the centre half and the fullback, or trying to split the midfield and kind of part the Red Sea as such. We're not trying to play those kind of passes, which is what Pack's good at, and Paul can play the balls over the top in behind for your wingers to run onto, and you get your number 10 involved to kind of get on the ball, find those passes, play it in behind for Brown or someone like that. We're not doing that. It's too easy. We make mistakes when we defend. We're not making other teams make mistakes enough. So when we're playing that ball in behind, a defender might slip over or he might miss kick it or something, and we're not getting into those chances because we're not taking risks. We're playing it way too safe, too much. And that's why we're not, and that part of it is, okay, we're not creating enough, but at least if you can make the other team make errors, you're giving yourself another chance, and we're just not doing that.
Yeah, and it's just the frustrating part about it all is, there's enough there.
We know we can do it.
Yeah, but
we know we can do it.
But even Ali can't control a ball anymore. How many times someone put a lovely pass out to him and he just let it, and they went out for a throw-in? It was like, how have we not controlled that? I would expect my son to control that at bloody 12 years old.
But then sorry, Daz, go on.
I was just going to say, he did that a couple of times. He ran the ball off the pitch and stuff like that as well. I think that is just a massive sign of a player that's just got this. I don't want to say run on empty, but
I just think the team's just dead, like on confidence. They really they've hit the floor.
Yeah.
But it's a mixture of, I think, low on confidence and also they need a rest. But
they're about to have a rest.
Well, yeah, but there isn't anyone to rotate really. We've now got a bunch of centre halves that we don't really need. We've got 3 centre halves now that were on the bench at the weekend, but we've got no attacking, changes to make. There's nothing there, and it makes it hard going into QPR. We've got to go in and they're not in the best form either. All right, they beat Leicester, but Leicester are getting beaten by quite a few people at the minute. So we've got to kind of go there and be on the front foot and press them and make them make mistakes in their own backyard and get the ball in behind, because they're not the quickest defence, QPR. They've got some big units in the back like Jimmy Dunn and people like that, and not exactly the quickest. So if you can put Caballero up against Jimmy Dunn, then you're probably going to get him behind a couple of times. As you say, the ball might go out for a throw-in, or the Jimmy Dunn might intercept it because he's a good defender. But Caballero can get him behind, and I don't know really what changes you can make to the team, that apart from putting Shocks in centre half, maybe if he can start. If not, I'd probably start Bowat and put Ogilvie to left back, and then put Swanee at right back and just rest Devlin, because I feel like he's probably one that really does need a rest, especially as he won't get a rest because he's going away with Northern Ireland as well. So other than that, I don't know what other changes you can make. There aren't any.
I wouldn't mind putting Devlin further up the pitch, to be honest, and putting Swanson back or right back.
I just think Devlin needs a rest out of everyone. I think he's the one because he's someone that won't give 60-70%, or you can't say, can you give a little bit less today, Terry, because we need you for next week. He'll tell you to fuck off. He gives 110% every week, every time he puts on that shirt, which is great, and we need players like that. But I feel like he just needs, even if he comes off the bench, I just feel you need to put Swanson back a right back and give Terry a rest.
Well, it's a good segue into QPR then. So shall we, unless there's anything else you want to say about the game, other than the ref was shite, it didn't make no difference to the score.
He's up there. He was up there with Sam Allison, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But as you said, it
didn't make any difference to the game.
No.
But is there anything else you boys want to say?
No.
No? Okay, so let's go with the QPR stats.
So we are away to QPR. By the way, that motherfucker's charging £39 for a football ticket. That is outrageous.
Yeah, well, them other motherfuckers up the road charge 40.
Yes, but that's because it's a South Coast derby. That's slightly different. This is just a normal game. Like, who do you think you are? It's cheaper to go to an away game in the Premier League than it is in the Championship, which is a farce.
That's capped as well, isn't it, Premier League?
Premier League is capped at £30 and it should be the same
Should be
here as... I think it should probably be the same for the Championship, and then League 1, League 2 should probably be 20 because it's a lower calibre of football. Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, they normally line up in a 4-4-2. Obviously, ex-Pompey loanee Isaac Hayden is in the midfield. Harvey Vale has kind of come through in the last few weeks. He's kind of scored a couple of goals and gotten a couple of assists this season, but his performances have started to increase. Obviously worked under John Harley, and I think we were linked with him a couple of times as well once John Harley arrived, but never materialised. Richard Kone is their main man up top, the one that was at Wickham. Last 5 games, they've lost 4. As I said last time out, they won 3-1 away to Leicester, but they'd shipped a fair few goals in the 4 games before that. They lost 1-0 to Birmingham, 4-0 to Middlesbrough, 2-0 to Sheffield United, and 5-0 to them lot down the road. They started off all right in the season, and they have just kind of fallen off of a cliff, really. Met a couple of other teams like Preston as well, much similar. So they're on 50 points, QPR. So they're 10 points off. And if you think if we'd have beat one against Derby, and then, we could have been kind of close to 50 points if you'd have...
We should, well, I said the other week or last week that we have literally thrown at least 7 points away, and that's pretty much safety there and done.
Well, yeah, and because... we might, even if you added 7 points, we'd only be 1 place higher, but we'd then be 8 points away from the zone instead of 1. Why have I gone off that? Sorry, I've clicked off it. Top scorer for them is Burrell.
Yeah.
Then Kone, then Harvey Vale. And Jimmy Dunn as well. Nicholas Madsen is their top assist. Again, he didn't start last time out, but they might have had a bit of a... I don't know if they're injured or not.
They can't believe anything. That Adjumane was supposed to be injured and he played.
Yeah, mate, he a player he is. What a player.
But yeah, I don't think he's very good on the ball, but he's dangerous.
He caused Ogilvie and Paul problems.
Yeah, but I thought Paul dealt with him really well.
I just think it's just, again, it's kind of next level of kind of backing managers, isn't it?
Oh yeah, he's, we know, yeah, well, we can get onto that another episode maybe.
Yeah, so our predictions, I'll go referee first, is John Busby. So far this season, he has refereed 15 championship games, 60 yellow cards, a couple of League One games, EFL Cup and FA Cup. Out of the 22 games he's refereed this season, 10 of them have been won by the away team. So that's not a bad kind of stat. I thought I could look through the results and I saw quite a few away wins. There's also a couple of draws. So only only 4 games have been won by the home team under him.
Does that mean if we're looking for a late winner, he's going to rise up the back post? Not in for us.
Maybe just. So yeah, cards is kind of a hard one because we go from 2, 5, 9, 6, 5, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2. So not one to kind of go near for cards if you are inclined on a card bet. Game wise, he has refereed 13 games for Pompey games, 7 wins, 2 draws, 4 losses. He refereed our 1-0 win away at Sheffield Wednesday this season. And then last year he refereed us 4 times and only had 1 loss last season, which was our 3-0 away loss to Bristol City. So we have a fairly decent record under him. Fixture prediction wise, nothing changes at all because for the third week in a row? No, 2 weeks in a row, we've all got 0 points.
What
points
are you on again?
In fact, we can go, Daz and I really need to sort it out once. Daz and I, for 5 weeks in a row, we've got 0 points.
I've got Blackburn and that was about it.
And you got 3 points for Blackburn and that's all you've got since Millwall as well.
God. So what's the table again at the moment?
So the table is currently Russ is top on 33, Daz is second on 23, and I am third on 19.
Oof.
So I have I've halved the gap within the last 6 or 7 match weeks. But that's as far as we've got because we've been doing shite and we're always positive and been predicting us to win and we keep losing. So.
And we don't score goals.
But we do own South London. So.
He said it.
So. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to stick myself out first.
QPR's West London, by the way.
Southwest.
I think it's very west, isn't it?
Yeah, it's known to be
Southwest. Southwest.
Google.
I'm going to go for 2-1 Pompey win. And I'm going to go for Caballero.
Okay. Dad?
Go on then. I'm going to go 2-1 win as well. You went Caballero, didn't you? So I want to say Bishop. But the problem is as well, apart from attacking, the only attacking players we're probably going to be starting is for definite is Ali and Caballero.
I think didn't he say he was resting Bishop? So I'm assuming.
I think Bishop will be back in for QPR.
Yeah. Go on, Bishop's got to do it at some point. Come
on. As I said, scoreline for me now means nothing, so I'm going to go 3-0 Pompey. I feel like I don't really need the points at the moment. I'd rather get the goal scorer, if there is one. I feel like it's a game where it's probably going to be like a defender that scores. I'm going to go for, I think Ogilvy's due a goal. So let's give it to Ogilvy.
Can I change my goal scorer?
Yeah.
No. Oh, can he?
Yeah, he can.
That's bang out of order. He's locked it in.
Well, you can change yours as well if you want.
No, I'm good. I believe in the Paraguayan.
I'm going to go with Shock Nessie, goal scorer.
I thought, you know what? I don't really need points. I'm the one that could gamble on him, but if you want to let Haz catch you up, that's fine by me.
I want to go with Shock Nessie.
All right, Shock Nessie for you then.
Might as well.
Sorry, I was just going to kind of add. We got the obviously we looked at. They announced today that our Leicester home game has been moved to 12:30, so we have no more no more Saturday 3:00 home games left. So the last one we had was Valentine's Day, which is absolutely insane that we go 3 months without a home Saturday 3:00 kickoff. And I kind of mentioned our home form and the fact it's not as good this year. But we've really got some massive games coming up at home, like in these last 9 games.
Well, yeah,
we've got Oxford, we've got the Ipswich game, but we've got Leicester, and I think Oxford and Leicester and potentially Birmingham as well on the last day. I can't believe we've only got 4 games at home left. I mean, 1, 2, 3, we've got 5 away. Because you look at away games, QPR is probably a big game just because of their fall off this year. Norwich are kind of on the up under Paul Clement, Philip Clement, sorry, not Paul Clement. Philip Clement. They're kind of pushing still for playoffs. They probably won't get there, but they're giving it a go. Middlesbrough away is not going to be easy. Coventry away, they could be up by then. They might be playing that game to win to go up. Stoke again.
I've got a feeling Stoke could be another Norwich of last season.
Well, we gotta hope so. So I'm kind of writing off probably Norwich, Middlesbrough, and Coventry. So there's 3 games that we don't win out of 9. So that leaves 6 games in QPR away, Oxford at home, Ipswich at home. You might be able to gamble a point. They're not the team that went up 2 years ago. They're kind of hit or miss. If you catch them on a good day, and also we've clearly rattled Kieran McKenna, so I feel like it'd be quite funny to do one on them. So say we get a draw at QPR, lose to Norwich, win against Oxford, so that's 4 points, lose to Middlesbrough, draw against Ipswich, that's 5 points, win against Leicester, that's 8 points, lose to Coventry, win against Stoke, that's 11, and maybe a draw against Birmingham, that could take 12, that would be 52. Would you both say that's enough?
Yeah, because we've all got to play each other. So like you beat Oxford, no, you're pushing them back as well.
Yeah, and the same with Leicester.
Yeah, so I think 50 is still probably enough anyway, because I've looked at the other fixtures. Everyone seems to be playing each other like soon. It's going to be really interesting how it goes.
So obviously Oxford have had a bit of a mini revival, haven't they? They've got 10 points in the last 4 games, but you can't imagine that's going to carry on.
No.
That obviously typically they've got scummers, so we could do with them lot down the road helping us out.
You need Scum to beat Oxford, obviously Watford to beat Leicester, and then
Bristol City to beat West Brom.
Yeah, they're all away. We're all away.
Middlesbrough have got Blackburn, so that could do. And then it's up to that. I think after that, Charlton, Preston and that are all okay.
Yeah, annoyingly, I still don't get how Charlton have survived. They're really already predicted to go down next season. I just think they're fluky, to be honest.
But so
where we're having 27 shots a game and not scoring, they have 2 and score 1.
Well, this is the problem with what we've been facing, isn't it? But I just think we've got to, especially the home games, we've really got to kind of get behind the lads and back them, because they do, as much as they're kind of, there's not a lot to cheer about at the minute. I do understand that. We've got to back them and get behind them and try and lift them and kind of take a bit of the pressure off.
Yeah.
Because they do have the pressure of us, and I think they know that what the results aren't good enough. And if they weren't trying, then I think we could fully kind of not turn against them, but you know what I'm saying. They are trying. They're just fucking knackered.
No, that's what I said. You can't.
And hopefully, if we can get through QPR, they got majority of them have got a couple of weeks off. So obviously, Terry Devlin's going away with Northern Ireland. Caballero's going with Paraguay. I think Segacic, I don't know if he's actually been called up yet for the under-21s for Croatia. So you are losing a couple of players, but the majority of them, it gives them a week or two, a week and a half, just to kind of reset. Hopefully they'll be able to have maybe 3 or 4 days Messina normally gives them to go away with their family, playing on Saturday, maybe back on Thursday or Friday, ready for Good Friday the next week. It gives them time to kind of reset and regroup and kind of go again.
I think Saturday is, if we can just get a draw, no matter what the others do, and then go into a break, I'll take it.
We need some kind of result on Saturday just to kind of slow it down.
Yeah. Even if all the others win and we get a draw and we end up going into the international break bottom 3, just stop the rot at the moment.
Just score a goal or 2.
Yeah.
That would help.
Yeah, get a goal. 1-1 draw wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
No.
And hopefully a goal where hasn't took a deflection or something stupid like that. Just a nice goal would do.
I don't even care if it goes off someone's arsehole. Just as long as it goes in.
Yeah, but I mean, like, off of us. I don't want it to be another shot and it's hit their ass and gone in. I want it to come off our ass. Right. Daz, are we ready for your darts?
We are.
Disorganised darts.
Ding, 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 ding. Isn't that like the start of GoldenEye on Nintendo 64?
It's the pause music.
Love that game. Best game ever.
Right.
That is the best film franchise ever, by the way.
Yeah, but that's technically off of the GoldenEye game, so only the OGs will know that one.
Best game ever.
So what we're doing this week is because I'm running out of ideas, really. No, because I want to keep them Pompey related, ideally.
Don't have to be.
Well, I might change it up next week. We'll see. Because I've got.
And also, when the World Cup's on, you'll be able to do all the international.
Yeah, World Cup 5 Dazzla's darts. That would be cracking.
Yep.
True. Well, what
and
I'm doing is...
How does who am I England players? Whee.
Yeah. What we're doing this week is we are doing the games as a total that Pompey have played against certain teams. So whoever we've played against in the past, the combination and how many games we've played against them. Yeah. So how many games we've played against Aston Villa, and it's a total of that, and that'll be knocked off.
Okay.
So we're going by teams, not players this week, yeah?
Teams, yeah. Teams. Right. So any team that Pompey have played against and add it up and that sort of stuff, and we'll go from there.
I like it a lot.
Hold on.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh. This is all starting to feel happy again.
That's how I felt all week, so I thought I'd pop that in.
That's how I felt every time Pat picked up the ball to take a throw in.
That is pretty much, yeah, it's true.
I'm gonna when he does that, when I watch it on when I go to France to watch it on Saturday, that's what I'm gonna think of,
mate.
Is that song
when we play Oxford at home? Yeah, if Pat's near you about to take a long throw in, can you just shout at him he's a dick or something?
Just grab the ball out of his hand.
Yeah, say no.
If all of this means that like we score from a throw in, I'm willing just to go for it, just to like keep slating it.
Yeah, watch us a hat trick of throwing goals.
Russ, what part of my body am I touching?
Your penis.
Oh my God.
Your penis.
Similar, it's my big toe.
Is that how big it is?
It's called the blind toe because I've got no toenail on it.
Same as me, match.
Yeah.
And me.
Mine taken off permanently.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, me too. That's very weird.
Football injuries.
It's crazy, yeah. Well, yeah, mine was just people standing on my feet, to be honest. So, Haz, you can go first.
Thank you. Is there actually, quickly before we do it, is there any team that is actually over 180?
No, not really.
So, is it in our history?
Yeah, so our whole history, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose we would have to have played the team for 90 years. Is it league games or cup games coming?
It's just every game. It's got
every game.
All comps.
As well, yeah.
Okie doke. Sorry.
Okay. Let's go. Trying to think of someone that would kind of be around for a while. We'll go for a Sheffield United.
A Sheffield United?
Why not?
Right, I'll just get my calculator up. Right, Sheffield United, let me just scroll down. The good thing about this is actually it's got all the teams we have played against. I just need to scroll down and find them. You went for Sheffield United, yeah?
I did, yes.
Lovely. So that is all together. 27.
I don't think it was hard to just have already the 92 teams written down. Well, 91 actually.
Well, no, because it's got like on this list. It's got like Bideford and teams like that. Aston Villa Academy.
All right.
Arsenal Academy. Anyway, it's 80.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Well, I'm going for a team that I feel like we seem to just play all the time and probably have done throughout our history, and that's Charlton.
Charlton. All right. Charlton it is. Oh, what's that come on?
I feel like we only ever have a few years away from them, and then we're back in the same league as them.
That is more than true. Right, let me just scroll down to Charlton. Where are we? Where's Charlton? There you are. Charlton, right? Oh, yeah. That's a bigger score, definitely. Yeah, Dave's up. Computer keeps jumping around. 48 plus.
He's quicker with the players.
118.
Woo.
He is quicker with the plays, isn't he?
I genuinely thought this was going to be, this will be quick.
With this, because this website I'm on, it just keeps bouncing around. It's that 11v11.
Oh, yeah, that is an annoying website, I'll give you that.
Because all these ads keep popping up and jumping
But as
around.
I said, I thought you would have had it all written down beforehand, but there we go.
Well,
You
no,
should have handwritten.
yeah.
You should have handwritten the whole lot.
Yeah, no, I wasn't doing that. Do you know why? Because I couldn't be asked. That's why.
He's not dedicated to the cause.
Not that dedicated.
Another D.
Huh? Az. Who do you want?
Who the hell should we go for?
I was just trying to think of teams that we've always seemed to be in the same league as.
I suppose Has as well. You're sort of like, we've never really been in the same league for a while.
I'm going to go Preston North End.
Not a bad shout.
Preston North End. It's more than I thought, actually. That's 25.
No, we'd have played them a lot, like years and years ago.
84.
That's what I was kind of going for. What did that put me on?
337.
And then I'm going similar tactics and going for Wolves.
Wolves.
They would have played them.
Like Wolves, like, is it Steve Bull? Is that his first one?
Yeah. Not just that, you think of all the times we would have played each other in the 50s and things like that, the 30s.
And the famous cup final.
Yeah.
I
How many beans make 4?
90.
Cool. What am I on?
You were on 293.
Okay. Trying to think.
That is the part of the game. Is thinking.
Thanks.
Is thinking. So you're on the right track. You're doing well.
Cheers, Jeff.
Welcome.
Kind of thinking of going back a little bit, maybe a bit out there, maybe, but Bradford.
I think that's bad.
City, not Park Avenue, by the way.
It's actually not as many as I thought. 40.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was going to be more than that, to be honest.
So 297, yeah?
297, yeah. Bradford always reminds me of Chris Kamara around on the pitch and attacked, wouldn't it? Our physio, wouldn't it?
Yeah, oh God, yeah. Yeah, that was brilliant.
All kicked off,
It
didn't
all
it?
proper kicked off. Amazing. Good old times.
Yeah. I actually enjoyed football at that time.
That mad Brazilian striker, I can't remember his name now.
Yeah. Didn't he score 2? I know he scored 1.
He definitely got 1. He might have
just
scored 2.
like, he was a skinhead, wasn't he?
Yeah. I want to go for another team I reckon that we played, seem to always be in the same division, and that's Derby County.
Yeah. A, B, C, D, D. Right. 105. Leaves you on 188.
Blimey, he's down on there already. He's over 100 ahead of me.
I'm just thinking the teams I know, I feel like, I've seen them play a lot, and then go back in time and think, yeah, they were quite a big club when we were up there doing.
Because I think
Tactics.
as we call it, the old first division, it kind of felt like the same teams were in it for so long. We were in
Yeah.
that. With that, basically where I was sort of supporting Pompey in the old first division, and that's just kind of felt like you said, played the same teams over and over again.
Well, yeah. I just remember always the same. Like it was, we were like 15 years in the what is now the championship, and it was just the same teams every year.
Yeah.
And then one would go up, and then come back down again, and then
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to go for a team that we played for most recently in League One. Played them 5 times in a year. So thinking that might bump it up a little bit is Sunderland.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the right line I'm thinking of.
Yeah, we played them a fair few times in the Premier League as well, didn't we? So,
Yeah, Premier League,
Yeah.
League One.
yeah, it's not bad.
90s, we played them quite a few times. Paul Walsh got
Played
sent
them
off.
twice last year.
Paul Walsh got sent off at Roker Park.
115.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was a good shout.
Nice score.
Was that put me on?
182.
Does this count? Would this thing count like Hampshire Cup games?
I don't know, to be honest, because
I'm going to take a stab at Scum because we must have played them a lot, like years back.
yeah,
I know we haven't played each other a lot recently, but if it counts all the like stupid Cup, Southern League, and all that crap, it would be a lot.
I think it has. To be fair, it looks like it has, but still, I don't think it's as many as you might think.
Okay.
It's 73.
Oh yeah, no, that's pretty much. I was hoping for something like 80.
That leaves you on 115.
Cool.
Yes.
Gonna go for another northeast team. I'm gonna go for Middlesbrough.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Another team. I know we ain't really been around them the last one.
Not recently,
No,
but
again, 90s, 2000s, even 80s. I think we're in the same league a lot.
like Prem days, they were in there, weren't
Yeah.
they, with us?
Yeah.
So
No, I think that's a good shout.
114.
Yeah, that was a really good shout.
what does that put me on?
68. Middlesbrough remind me when they came down and they had Paul Townsend, Merson. Was Gazza playing for them at that point?
Yeah, he would have been. Yeah.
That was an unbelievable team.
But I think he was injured when we played him, so I remember being gutted as a kid.
Yeah.
I remember he came on, he played for Burnley. Do you remember that?
Yeah, well,
He come on,
do you ever
and
listen?
he was just washed, done footballer. I was so gutted.
Didn't he only play like once or twice for them?
I tell you what,
Yeah.
listen to Under the Cosh podcast with Glenn Little on it, and he talks about Gazza playing for Burnley a couple of times, and it's funny, and it's like, yeah. Apparently he spiked all their tees with shit powder, so when they were out training, they all needed to run into the hedges.
Brilliant. I do love a Gaza story.
Yeah. Russ, you're up next.
What have I got?
115.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Again, not a lot recently, but you think every year in the Prem.
I can remember when they pumped us in the old first division.
Yeah.
Up at their place.
And then you got when we were battling for promotion with them a few times.
We beat them
when we were
in that season.
We would have, and then again when we were like in the 50s and that, they were up there as well.
Yeah. 69.
Okay.
And leave you with 46.
46.
Harry.
Now we're getting into the
business.
Really need to think about it.
Yeah. Harry, you acquire 68.
68.
X.
I'm going to go for another team we seem to play quite a few times, especially like a jacket era, was Oxford.
Ooh, that could be the team we played a lot, but don't mind it.
P. Oxford.
Sort of team we've faced a lot lately,
I
isn't
think
it?
Oxford were when I was ball boy one season, they were my first game to do. Well, that was a competitive game anyway. 30 plus.
It's been a lot more recently, that's for sure. But
90s we played them a lot. 80s we would have played them a lot, but then they wouldn't have probably been up when we were in like top division back in the 50s, and it might be alright.
No, over by 1. So no score.
hang on, so what? It was 69.
79.
Oh,
Over by 1. No score. Russ, you acquire 46.
46. Oof.
You're talking about that Oxford game as well when I was ball boy. Like, you know, they have their little stools they sit on in front of the advertising
Yep.
stuff. We literally had to sit on the step that led up to the pitch, just facing to the side. That's how we had to do it. Or do you remember that there was that at the front of the Milton end? There used to be that big like drop before you got to the stand. Like we'd sit on the little ledge there, just hoping we didn't fall backwards.
Yeah. God, you're going back there.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just trying to think of it. So, what am I on? 40 what?
46.
That's literally like what, two seasons? Sorry, not 2 seasons.
I
Like
say, what? This ain't the Scottish League, mate.
20 seasons
Yeah.
plus maybe the odd cup game. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go for someone like. Let's go for Ipswich.
Ipswich. I don't think that's a bad shout, to be fair. Ipswich. Let's have a look.
Martinez just scored for Villa. Why are they all celebrating with him?
I think it was the ball he played.
Oh, right. I
yeah,
just looked
he
up and
played a
everyone's
ball.
hugging him.
He kicked it straight out to Sancho. Sancho squared it to McGinn.
Oh, fair enough. I just looked up, everyone was hugging him, and I see 1-0. I was like, has he scored?
John McGinn.
Right. Russ. That was 56 of you. Hold on. Let me just do that again. 56. So, no, 53, sorry.
So that's -7 then, yeah?
-7, that was it, yeah. So, you've got to get -6 to win. So you're looking at
And what's he got? 60 what?
68.
So you can go up. So you can go up to 74 then, yeah?
Okay, so again, it's more of an older one. Go Leicester City.
That could be it. That could be it. 4 times in one season in the playoffs.
Leicestershire.
Like this year's the first time we played them in a long time. Good few years. Obviously since like.
Well, it'd been the year we got relegated from before, wasn't it? Only played them once in the Prem, but obviously twice. I mean, one season.
Yeah.
So you acquired 68.
Yeah.
You scored 65.
Oh.
So it's minus.
Daz went first as well, didn't he? So yeah, so that's it then. Woo!
3 left.
Right, as we've got to pick ourselves up, I thought as a play out song.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Maybe we should start singing this at Fran Park.
That was,
I suppose we used to, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think they should play it if we lose at home.
Yeah.
Next time we lose at home, I think they should play that just to rattle something because my head would be gone.
Well, we used to sing it. I swear we did.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah. And before I forget, here's another little story from my ball boy days. we were beating Norwich City at home 1-0, and Terry Fenwick, I think it was Terry Fenwick's the manager.
Yeah.
I think he sent round Barry Harris to go around all the ball boys and just let them know to take their time when they were getting the ball. Don't rush when you get the ball. So basically, I was behind the goal at the Milton end, and when the ball would drop into the big gullet thing, the big hole, I'd jump down, put the ball back up, and then just climb out slowly, and then throw it. But Norwich ended up getting a penalty, I think, and we drew 1-1 anyway. So pointless.
You didn't waste enough time. It's all your fault. You should be forgiven.
I mean, literally, unless I had a little lie down in the hole, like I couldn't have gone any slower.
At least you didn't get pushed over.
Yeah. Wouldn't mind that.
Who was it? That happened recently. That ball boy got pushed over.
I think so. Well, I never got pushed over, but we also used to do like the reserve games, so we were more like in the stand, and we played against Swindon. I think it was Swindon Rezzies, and I was leaning down to tie my shoelace up in the stand, and obviously they were practice shooting, and one of their players spanked me right on the backside of the head, and I thought I was dead, to be honest. I thought I was about to die. I couldn't hear anything. I heard ringing for about 5 months afterwards.
I miss reserve football.
Yeah.
It needs to come back.
Yeah, it used to be like, it's under 23 now, isn't it? So it's...
Yeah, but you used to be able to just say, oh, so-and-so's been injured for a couple of months, they'll have a couple of games in reserves.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Like Shot Nessie now would probably be in the reserves.
Yeah, and probably would help him because he could then literally play 20 minutes, half an hour, and not worry about it.
Yeah.
Even if you're like holding on to a 1-0 win.
Yeah, that matters.
Just
reserves,
to get him off anyway. It doesn't matter, yeah.
Right. Enough about nostalgia. Cheer me up, mate. Come on.
Yes, obviously. It is the one and only Harry's Who Am I? And we will do 2 because I have episode 30, but we didn't do it. So we've got 2 this week for you boys.
And we got time. So, yep.
Clue number 1. Despite playing for 17 teams in my career, I only played for 2 teams above London.
Oh.
Steve Claridge.
Tiger Woods, isn't it? About clubs.
Steve Claridge, that's my guess. As soon as anyone mentions loads of clubs, it just straight away goes Steve Claridge.
Yeah, Steve Claridge.
When I think about it, I'm like, hang on a minute, he's played for this team. They're all south of London or south. Can't think of many above
London.
Only Leicester and Birmingham, I think. Oh, Wolves as well, actually. That was bad.
2 teams above London. That's a humdinger.
Okay, that's a local boy.
Matt Tubbs.
Fuck off! Got to do 3 now. That's the ultimate Hail Mary.
Daz is back with his Hail Marys.
It's like literally the only reason I went Matt Tubbs is because Russ went with Steve Claridge, and then I thought to myself, all the non-league teams like Weymouth that he played for, I was like, maybe that's the way you were going. So I was like, it's got to be a player that's played a lot of non-league. And
could have been Pittman, I suppose, with the amount of non-league teams he signed for.
Who?
I think he's played for 17 since he left us.
Yeah. And I think Ipswich is probably the only northern one of all that and all.
Yeah, true.
No, the other clues were I played with David James, Charlie Daniels, and David Connolly, but not at Pompey.
Where did you play with David James?
Bournemouth.
I'll keep forgetting James went to Bournemouth, didn't he?
Same with Charlie Daniels, and David Connolly was Wimbledon. And then your third clue, you'd probably got on this one if not. I had my loan terminated at another club in the same league as Pompey to then sign for Pompey on a permanent
Do you know
deal.
what?
His goal against Wimbledon, for Wimbledon against us, I think it was on Boxing Day.
Scored 2, I think.
Yeah, was the most. No, because that Sutherland scored and shushed to Fratton because he was on loan and was shit for us, wasn't he? Do you remember?
Yeah, I thought he'd scored 2 against us.
No, it was only the one. And it was the most blatant, obvious. He's signing because he didn't want to celebrate.
That's the thing as well. Like, I remember I was with my mate Drew, and I was like, I'd love Matt Tubb to sign, or I thought something like that, or like I reckon he's going to sign for us, just because it just felt like
because
it.
I think I've heard him say in a podcast or in an interview that he purposely didn't. He was worried he was going to burn bridges if he celebrated.
Fuck it, I would.
Because he scored. No, I remember him for that hat trick away to Cambridge. Perfect hat trick.
Thing is, if a player
I like Tubbs.
who played against us ran over to the Fratton end, slid, and like a Bamiyang moment, not Bamiyang, who's the
Adebayor.
like, and he signed for us the next week. As long as he scored loads of goals for us, I couldn't care less.
I don't think it was the fans
No.
he was worried about. I think he was worried that he would piss like the management off and stuff like that. Football fans are fickle;
Right.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job. I've got a second one for you.
You're going to have to do 3 now.
Absolutely not. So,
Who was Aries? Who am I when I was too heartbroken when I was ill?
was it Christian Daly?
I think it might have been.
Did you get it, Daz?
No, I don't think I did.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm not sure if I can remember if I got it or not. But I don't think I did.
That'd have been a hard one, Christian Daly. I forgot it even existed.
Right. Clue number 1. Despite representing England from under 18 to under 21 to England B, I changed my international allegiance to Scotland.
England B.
Quasi. Right, come on. That might have been the most obvious first question I've ever heard of.
I didn't think of Quasi.
Yeah, because he went from English to Scottish, didn't he? And I remember him playing for the England B team. Not for us. I think was he at QPR at that point? I can't remember now. You have to. That one now has.
So the other clues were I played with Sean Derry, Sam Sodge, and Hayden Mullins.
Yeah.
And then I made a certain move between 2 clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Cool. Right, come on. Next one.
You want another one?
A little too quick.
You have to wait till next week, won't you?
Now.
You're not getting another one.
Oh, come on. Don't be so boring all your life.
No. 2's enough. Can't lose 3 in a row in one game.
Boo. Fair enough. Right. Any other business, boys? There's a couple of things that have come out.
Go on, then.
Obviously, today we had the finance stuff come out. Either of you better talking about it? 'Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm not very good at all the money side of it. I don't really understand it all.
No, like with all, I think it's the only people that can really like make any sense of it. Really, is the sort of the finance people and kind of stuff like that. Because yeah, I ain't got a clue.
I see something that someone said that we're at the club's in a fantastic place or something like that financially.
So Kieran Maguire,
yeah.
who is a football finance expert on Twitter, he posts pretty much about everyone. He's got all the alerts set up for literally every single club on Company's House. He is very clued up and knows exactly what he's talking about. He said basically for the league we're in, they're very good. Like to look at the money wise, like the accounts. We're basically well run for the kind of the league we're in and the position we're in, but because we only lost, we lost £4.36 million over the last financial year.
It ain't bad
and
for
it's
the
kind of
championship.
well, exactly, and I think that's what Kieran's getting at is, and obviously the clubs say they want to be sustainable and kind of run off themselves. It's almost, I would say, impossible to do. However, it depends how you take it, because you can take it one of two ways. You can take it as in to say, well, we're clearly a well-run club. We only lost 4.36 million this year compared to,
Well, Oxford lost was it 16 million?
yeah. So again, yeah, if you compare it to play people like that, it looks good. But then you can also have a look at it in another way, where you can say, well, actually, we haven't lost enough in a way, because we haven't gone in enough, and when you spend as little as we have, then you're only going to finish, and where we are is going to be where we go and not where we finish. So as Kieran Maguire's kind of summed it up a fair bit. So the revenue was 24.6 million, which was up 80%, which is mainly due to the championship. So don't forget, this is the accounts for 24-25. So this is for last season. And we earned 6.5 times what we did the previous year in 23-24 due to the TV deal. Wages were 17.4 million, which was up 65%. Wages in percentage of revenue was 78%, which was down 6%. Our average weekly wage was £7,400 a week. The championship average was £16,100 a week. Player sale profits was 0.4 million, so £400,000. Player purchases was £4.6 million. So in that year, 24-25, we basically spent 4.2 million.
Did we know?
Well, you've got the likes of Hayden Matthews in that. You've got
might have been.
who else did we buy?
Waddingham.
I forget who else. Waddingham. You might have included, because they can stretch it to the beginning of the season, next season, can't they? This is how they get away with it, a lot of teams. So they might include someone like Mark Kosnowski in that, if they can stretch it. If you sign them by a certain point as of last summer, you can include it in the previous year's accounts. Borrowings is the 8 million. So that was the next thing that kind of was mentioned, which was the money. So the club have so far, or the Michael Eisner has so far stood at the owner investment has stood at 45 million since the acquisition of the club in 2017. 37 million is share capital. So that's money they put directly in. With no kind of turned it straight into equity, and then 8 million via new loans, which 0.7 million, so £700,000 was allocated to the women's team. So we kind of saw it, didn't we, Daz? It was about the tax and stuff to do with American loans, and it makes it easier for when Michael Eisner does pass on the club to the sons fully. It makes it a bit easier for a tax way, rather than having all of it in full equity. It does also state on the club website that there are no capital repayments or interest payments have been made to date on the loans provided by the owners, and the owners have no intention to seek any immediate repayments of the loans, and not before the time of the club's balance sheet is able to reflect ability to do so without negatively affecting the club operations. So basically, they're not going to make Portsmouth as the club repay the loans until we earn more money effectively.
My only issue with it is I hate the fact that we are 8 million in debt now,
Yeah.
And it's because of a loophole rather than the fact that we bother with the team. That annoys me. I don't know why it annoys me, but it annoys me. I'd rather it came out and said, we're 20 million in debt, but at least we're giving it a fucking good go. But that's just me.
I mean, yeah.
No, we're 8 million in debt because of a loophole. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's I suppose I'm not going to sit here anymore and be like, oh, let's see how it goes and that kind of stuff, because I think there's been enough evidence now to say that they're not going to put money in certain areas, i.e., on the pitch properly. Like at the end of the day, like it's a lot of they already have spent a lot of money. Let's not get it wrong, but if you're gonna own a football club, that them's are the rules when you take over a football club. Do you mean, especially
But not
a
just
club?
that. So it's 54 million they put in, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
Yeah.
when you first get, you go, oh, you know, that's a lot. But not considering how much they paid for the club.
yeah. But I suppose what I mean by that is if you're going to get into football, you're going to be spending a lot of money,
Well, it's
especially like if you
what
want to
Ian
be in the
Dark said,
championship,
wasn't it?
things like that. Huh?
It's what Ian Dark said, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that's it. If they don't get into football or don't get into like at that level, if you're not willing to spend the money and be happy with spending the money, okay, like we all want to be sustainable. Of course we do. I'd love that, but we haven't got things in place to help us be sustainable and keep pushing on the pitch. We haven't got the sort of hospitality and that sort of stuff to the level where you can pump in more money in there. We haven't got the turnover of players like coming through our academy where we get 100% on the balance sheet rather than rather than we buy a player for 500 grand, sell them for a cut 2 million, but we don't get on the balance sheet. It's not total 2 million because they haven't come through our academy. They've cost us money in getting them in and under a contract and that kind of stuff. So we can't be sustainable. It can't work and be successful on the pitch because, as I said, with our budget and that kind of stuff, you can only outdo your budget a certain amount of time before it catches up with you. And teams in League One and League Two who were coming up and stuff like that, their owners are happy to spend money, to be honest. So I don't know what all this is going to change or not. No idea whatsoever. But I suppose if we do get relegated and things don't change, then there's going to be a lot of pressure in and around the owners.
Well, next year's 10
Well,
years, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that, would you say if we're relegated, the Eisners have failed?
Yeah. 100%. Because
Well, because they've taken us from where they had us to back to where
yeah.
they had where we
The
are.
thing is, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of these football fans who think you throw money at it, you get out of the league and things like that. There's only a couple of teams that have tended to do that. Like Wrexham have done it really well and that kind of stuff. But there's loads of examples of throwing money at stuff and not being able to get out of leagues and that kind of thing. But like the fact that so we took a while getting out of League One under them, I can accept that. But it's now we've got ourselves into this position where we're out of League One, where we're kind of not like trying to go that extra mile to make sure we stay in the league, because if we stay in the league, they're going to make more money anyway from TV and stuff like that. Like if we're dropping down to League One, the money you can get from sponsors and that sort of thing goes down. So we're going to lose money on that sort of side of things. So it's a whole old saying, isn't it? It's like speculate to accumulate kind of stuff. So it it would feel like it's definitely they failed in my mind if we did go down this season.
The thing I think is that frustrates me about the whole situation is I don't think anyone, I think even Graham said it, minded kind of last season then being a bit cautious.
Yeah.
But also, you wouldn't mind it even now if we were getting a new North Stand, and that's why.
Yeah, that's
Or
true.
we're getting a new
Yeah.
training ground, and that's why. Or do you know what I mean? Like, you know, there's nothing else going on So for me now, surely the pitch is the way to progress the club if you're not willing to now do an all stand or whatever. Because, you know, if they're waiting for a bridge, which I still think is a cop out, I still think they're just using that as an excuse so they don't have to build one. Then the investment should go on the pitch, because that's the only way you're going to progress. And you can't keep relying on all these projects to pay off. At the moment, they ain't even paying off. Sega's is probably the only one that has the opportunity to have a decent second season, and who knows? At the moment, none of the others are going to get them a dime.
No, I don't think so. And the things, as you're saying about with all the other things around it, like we'd say if we were building a new North Stand, we'd be more comfortable, like not spending money on players and things like that. Like as you said, with the bridge stuff, like just going, if you see if all this stuff seems to be up in the air and things like that, because I don't even know really what's going on. It's all like we're waiting to do this, waiting to do that. Just put the money in, let's get it done. Like,
And they're waiting for them to pay, was it 20 grand? Well, why can't you pay 20
They're
grand?
waiting for the feasibility study results, which should have actually been out, I think, October or November last
so
year,
it's,
and it's been pushed back.
the thing is,
But it took longer anyway because they wanted everyone to pay 30
which
grand,
is fucking stupid.
which they wanted the council to pay it. They wanted Network Rail to pay some. They wanted to pay some. It was like, well, you want the feasibility study done. You just pay for it.
And I get what they mean, as in like it's gonna like enhance the area for everyone, but it's just we're the ones that really want it. Like, so let's just get on and pay for it. And it just, I don't know, it just seems like all, like as you said, we've got our own training ground now, which we haven't had in God knows how long. And that
But they
kind of
never
thing.
built it, though, did they?
No,
They only
but
bought what was already there.
that's it. And what I was going to say is that how much money in the scheme of things have they spent on those sort of things? I mean, who's just released stuff about their training ground in the championship? I can't remember who it is now, but they've
Stoke.
Stoke.
And look at the
Yeah.
amount of money they spent on that and that kind of stuff. It's,
Well, look at Oxford as well, with their new
yeah.
stadium coming along.
I'm not expecting us to spend the same amount of money as Stoke and that kind of thing, because they're in a different stratosphere when it comes to teams in the Championship with how much money they have, and because it's a family run. Like, I know we're family run, but it's a family run by Stoke City fans, so you understand that they're probably going to put more money in it, and it's more of a love project and that kind of stuff rather than like money.
They're also owned by the biggest gambling company in Britain.
Yes,
So
they're richer than God and stuff like that. So I understand that, but like, but it's the same as we talk about these championship clubs and what they're spending on players. We're not asking the club to spend tens of millions on players, but what we are looking at is bringing in the quality, championship standard quality that's going to keep you in this league. And I don't mean that you don't have to pay big fees. You just but there's other ways of getting these players in, and we just haven't seemed to have done that. Well, not seem to have done it. We haven't done it. So, and that's, I think, the
I'd just
frustrating
like
thing
us
for a lot of people.
to go and spend like close to 5 million on maybe one or two. And then you can kind of accompany the rest of the players we've signed, the likes of Leroux, Kosnovsky, those kind of fees to accompany it. But you can't be having 1.2 million as your top signing of the season again.
Well, so last season our top two signers was Kamara Matthews. This season it's Kosnovsky and Leroux.
But if you look so last summer, not the first season in the Championship, our best signing was a free, which was Murphy, because he came to the end of his contract. But
All our best signings have been frees.
Exactly, but that's what I mean. You can get you don't have to spend 2, 3, 4, 5 million on players. It's getting the right players. So if they're on a free, I don't care if they're on a free or not, because they've come to the end of the contract. You can go and get these players, but you just have to spend it in a different way. So
Patrick Bamford.
rather than you spending money on transfer fees, you're spending on wages, because you're saving money from not having to buy them. So that's usually what happens anyway. You get more wages, hence why players like to run down their contracts.
Even someone like Kiefer Moore, Wrexham only, all right, they're paying a bit on wages, but they only paid £2 million for him.
That's the thing. If we want to stay in this league, we have to do it.
Yeah.
There's no if, buts, or maybes. if you want to stay in a higher division and do that, you have to spend more money, and you can't like
You can't be having your average wage of £7,000,
you can.
which is under half of what the rest of the championship
Yeah,
is.
you can get the odd player in it for on the cheap and stuff like that, but the majority of your players you get in, they have to be at the level, and to pay for players at the level, you've got to spend money.
Yeah, 100%. And for me also, I think this summer, that, again, whichever league we're in, we need to hear from them. They need to give us a plan, and we need to know what they're doing, what their plans are, what their thoughts are, where they see us, and not all this just, oh yeah, we'll be in the Premier League crap. I mean, I'm talking, I want to know what's going on the next 2 years, not 10 years, 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the thing, and that's no matter what division we're in.
Yeah, wherever we're relegated, if we're in League One or Championship next season, I want them to come out in the summer and say, this is our plan for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Or 3 at most, 2 to 3 years at most. Not, but in 10 years, we will be in the Premier League. Fuck off. I mean, I don't even want to be in the Premier League with fucking VAR and shit like that going on. I don't care about that. I just want us just to compete in the Championship. I don't care about the Premier League. If it happens, it happens.
No, I agree.
Right. Anything else?
No, I feel good.
Right. Cheers, guys, for joining me. Either you going to QPR?
No, because I refuse to pay £39 for a ticket.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I mean, the tickets went like no time whatsoever. So, I mean, for me to go to a away game, unless I grab a ticket last minute, you have to go to Blackburn, basically.
Daz, are you free on Good Friday yet?
I
or
don't
are you
know.
in Paris?
I don't know, actually. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's going to be some random family member's birthday again.
Well, that was my, dad's missus. Not that random.
Well, sort it out, because it's not long, mate.
Yeah, I'll sort out. I totally forgot, to be honest.
Yeah, it's Good Friday, in the pub, watching Norwich with me and Haz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And if we win, shots.
Shots. All on Dad. Right.
Well, he's going to win the last man standing, isn't he? So.
No, I'm not. I'm out.
Oh, yeah, he's out, yeah.
Yeah,
you got 2 others going for it. It's just been boring. Right. Right, let's get this wrapped up. Good luck to anyone travelling all the way to London. Please sit in this seat. There's 2 different prices in this stand, so don't be an arsehole and sit in the wrong seat. And see you next week.